Instagram.
Yeah, I'm just posting this.
I bet.
I'm just tagging you in the post.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's it.
Honestly, you must be so popular online with women.
No. With what?
With women, chicas. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, we live now.
I'm famous with my like aunts, and that's it. Like, that's with their group and the neighborhood. That's it.
I love how you say plural, like you have a big family.
Oh no! It is massive.
How many aunts do you have?
Ooh, all right. That's a. I am doubting because you got the blood aunts.
Yeah.
And you got the ones that are like aunts. All your life they're aunts, and I will say around 15.
15.
Yeah. My grandma had 8 kids.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
3.
3. Fine. Okay. Fine.
No. Yeah. But then every aunt had 3.
Okay.
kids.
Fine.
So that just makes the family massive. Like,
To be fair, my dad had 6 siblings, and my mum had 5. So I have loads of cousins.
you know what happened?
What?
It was no internet.
Exactly.
During that time. So every time they were bored, like the only thing they was to do, it was like, why
Obviously.
not? Yeah.
Obviously.
We just finished cooking. Why not?
It's
no
before
Netflix.
internet and before video game consoles. It's the only
It was
game you
just
can
kids.
play.
It was just kids.
It was just kids.
Just dropping kids everywhere.
And no condoms as well. So you're from Venezuela.
Yeah.
What? How long have you been in the UK?
6 years. Well, 6 years now in March.
6 years.
Yeah.
Why did you move?
My family was here, and like I used to live in Panama.
Yeah.
No papers.
Nope.
Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. That's a very good question. I never made jokes about that because I
Really?
never know. Yeah, because I used to work illegally there.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, fine.
So I was like, like I did that, and my brother one day called me. He's like, Alejandro, why you just don't come to England? I'm already living here. And I was like, fine.
Yeah.
And then he got me all like the papers and everything. I was like, great.
Yeah.
I came here.
And so how long have you been doing stand-up? Like a year and a half?
Oh,
was it?
yeah, a year and a half. I mean, a year of learning English on the stage. I would say, like, people will come up to me after like an open mic and be like, it was funny, the part I understood. And I will be like, thank you. Gracias.
Wait. So how good was your English a year ago, let's say?
Oh, no, a year ago was not as different as now. Like, it was still, I think my grammar is the thing that changed.
Yeah.
With the time now, because now I got like the basic English to like have a conversation. When I came here 6 years ago, it was like yellow, green, red.
Really?
Yeah, like yes, no.
That's mad.
Bro, I used to work in a steel room, like polishing glasses.
Really?
And people will come to me and be like, oh, Ale, like, we need you. Like, speak to me like I'm stupid. And I'm like, like, that's how you need to speak to me. And they will be like, Ale, the glass, be careful. Like, it's going to break. I'm like, yes, jefe.
Oh, yes, jefe. So your English, did you, like, get lessons or you just, like...
No,
literally just
listening to
life.
people. Just listening to people, trying to talk to people, that will be the word, yeah.
That is mental. Because the thing is, English people don't do that ever. English people never go to another country and just learn.
Well, I think they're cool. I think anyone could do it. Like, it's just survival instinct. Like, if you are there and you want to flirt with a girl, what you gonna do?
That's the first thing that you go for.
Listen, man. I came here, right? And I work in, like, my family, my cousins, they live in a very small posh town here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you Marlo.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do that.
And it's like, like people asking me like, how a Venezuelan kid finish in Marlo? People will look at me and they will think, wow, it's like seeing a penguin on the streets, like exotic as fuck.
Yeah, because are there a lot of Venezuelans in the UK?
Now, yes. Now it is. But when I was my first 4 years here, I never met anyone. Like, even Spanish people in Marlo, I never met anyone. It was just English.
Yeah.
It was just English, and that's it.
And then now there's, like, loads of different people.
because I live in Oxford now.
Yeah.
So it's, like, Venezuelan, Spanish, like, anything. So it's kind of, like, more open to that. So it's good.
So tell me, like, Venezuela. I mean, in the UK, we hear nothing. Or the only thing I even know about Venezuela is inflation, That's literally the only thing.
All right.
So tell me, what is like, why do so many people come from Venezuela and come to the UK?
All right. So do you want like I mean, we don't have obviously time for the long story.
We have time for the long story.
But I would say like the fun short story is basically
the fun short story.
Yeah, the fun short story is like basically we had this guy, they wanted to make a revolution. Right. And the guy decided, he was a general, and he took like a group of people and he was like, okay, we're gonna take the country.
Yeah.
He went there, he failed.
Yeah.
Right? Like all these people went, he sent all these troops of army.
Yeah.
And then he didn't go.
Yeah.
He was the only one staying behind.
Yeah.
Because of that, he was the only one that didn't die.
Yeah.
And went to jail.
Oh, I see. Right? I see. Okay.
2 years later, the people was like making a revolution because they loved the idea of him.
Mm-hmm.
So they took him out of jail.
Yeah.
1 year later, he proposed as a president.
Applied?
Like
elected?
He wanted to be elected.
He did English.
He threw himself there, and he was like, okay, and he won.
Okay, fine.
So basically, he tried to do it on like the legal way.
Like
being, getting and he didn't, and then he won elections, like legally, all of it. But then slowly, he just took all the power, like everything. Every year he got reelected, and it became a dictatorship. Like it's kind of like we had this guy for so long, and he changed all the rules, all the ideals. Like if you wanted to talk back about the government in TV, you will be canceled.
Really?
Yeah, you will be canceled. They will prosecute you. Like most of our comedians are outside the country.
Really?
All of our famous comedians are not allowed to go inside Venezuela.
Really?
It's wild. It's wild. Like I studied journalism.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't graduate it, because my mom was like, if you graduate, you're gonna do a year and you're gonna go to jail. Because she was like, I know you. Yeah. You're gonna do something stupid. Yeah. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. So you came to the UK.
I came to the UK, yeah.
That's mad. So is that why people leave? Because there's a dictatorship now? Or has it been resolved now?
No, like basically what the guy died of cancer. Karma. And
fair. Fair.
I don't wish it to anyone.
I mean, you can say that. I think that's fair.
Like, but yeah, he did die of that. Like, basically before he died, he made like this round table. Like, I'm not kidding. The guy was a man people. Like he will make these shows of like 3 hours of him just talking. It was a comedy show.
Really?
The man was a comedian, and the guy will go up and say, just like dead bed, being at a round table, just sitting in the chair and be like, I'm gonna die, but I want him to be elected next. And that was it. And then they elected this guy that no one knew. He was a bus driver.
Really?
No respect for bus drivers here. I respect them here, but not back in Venezuela, right? Like, they have to go through like a training to go bus driver here,
Yeah.
But over there, you just grab a bus and you're a bus driver. And this guy wasn't even like a politician or anything. He was his friend.
No.
And a bus driver.
No.
And he became president of the country.
No, surely.
Worst part, he's Colombian. He's not even Venezuelan. Like,
this sounds like a Daily Mail article about Venezuela.
Listen, all I'm saying is that after this goes, probably if I post this in Venezuela, I'm not allowed back in the country.
So is he the president now? And what's his name?
Maduro.
Oh, I love how you say that. It's
Maduro.
Like, Maduro.
It's with hate. That's why it sounds good,
Yeah. So people hated the previous guy and they hate this guy more? Or?
Now, yes, but it's because the previous guy, he got the power from the people, and this guy got the power from the other guy.
I see.
Like, he didn't gain it. Like, it's basically like if your dad owns a store.
Yeah.
And, the people love your dad because he owns the store.
Yeah.
But then you are like, just like, oh, I just gained the store because my dad died.
I see.
That's basically what happened.
That's really interesting. So now is it at a point where like people are still unhappy with him inside the country?
Yeah, but we cannot do anything. We try like making, I don't know how would you say, like protest. We did protest for an entire year. I was part of that.
Really?
Yeah, in 2016, 17, and people died.
Really?
People went to jail.
Is it a communist country or is it like?
Well, the thing is, right, when you go to and this is going too political now.
No,
but,
it's not. This is a free-form conversation.
But when you go, I believe that if you go too far left or too far right, you're gonna end on the other, on the other way. So basically, these people was like giving away everything to a point where they were keeping everything to themselves. So basically, they just became like massive fascists.
I see. So it's communist in name only?
Yeah.
So like in terms of, let's say, like, is there a free market? Like, can I go and buy anything that I want to? Can I make anything that I want to? Or is it all made by the state?
Well, I mean, basically what they do is that they... Can I swear?
Of course you can. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I was like, I think I've been swearing already. Like, but I wanted to double check. Am I gonna be, my entire communication is gonna be beep, 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 beep.
No, you can swear.
Basically, what they fucking did was that they took all the private companies and they made them public. Like, they didn't. They just took them for themselves.
Yeah.
And then they will make like cousins or like friends working there.
Yeah, that's how it
And they will fuck the company.
Yep.
And they will not be able to produce anything. Like, for example, Venezuela was one of the biggest exporters of oil, like, I don't know how long ago.
Yeah.
They took the company and they made it public, make some people work there that didn't have like the degree to do it.
Yeah.
And they just fucked the company, and now they just give free oil to China and Russia.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So now we are one of them that basically China just sends stuff to us or Russia, and that's it.
I see. So is Venezuela more allied with like China and Russia? Than the UK and
well, when the Ukrainian war was happening, Maduro, like the president, he went out saying like, we support Putin.
Oh,
like, he was trying to speak.
That's a controversial take.
Yeah. He went out like, we support Putin and we want our people to do it. And we were like, man, you are not even like holding this country together.
Yeah.
How are you doing that? Like,
is it the kind of dictatorship where there'll be fake elections, or is it just like fully dictatorship?
No, it's fake elections. Like, they will do that. They will even like bring the ONU to see what was happening. Like oh my God, I remember this year. Yeah. This was so funny. They brought the ONU to like a tour to Venezuela, and they will take them to like the nicest places. Yeah. And it just remind me the interview. You have seen the movie?
Yeah, the interview,
From North Korea.
Yeah.
Same.
Really?
Same. They will take them to like the nicest places, and the people will be happy, and they will be like, all is great here. Like, nothing is happening. It's all just bad media. Like,
So is the inflation thing true? Like the whole printing money, making it into like bags?
No.
Like
Yeah. Man, like once I remember I had to buy some chocolates. I think it was 14th of February. I wanted to buy some chocolates. Yeah. My dad was like, oh, well, all I have is cash. Yeah. And I'm not kidding. I had like a stack of cash like this.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And it was just for imagine like 2 sneakers.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, it's like, have you ever seen how they used to like carry on the wheelchair, something like that, the money back in the World War?
Yes.
Same.
Damn, man. That's damn. Yeah, no, because I'm from Zimbabwe, and that is like.
Oh shit! I got a friend from Zimbabwe. You got the festival, this crazy festival.
Which one? Oh, there probably is.
Joe, the comedian Joe Trainer. No, Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah
has been there, no?
Yes.
Which one is that festival?
I don't know the festival, but
it's amazing. Like a friend worked there last year, and he told me to go there. Apparently, it's like great.
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Noah is like even though he's South African, for some reason Zimbabweans still.
I'm not trying it. I'm not trying here to like. I'm not like that ignorant people that goes like, like obviously he's a great man. I can say it. Is that my camera?
Yeah, that's your
camera. Can say it to the camera. Back in America, right? Yeah. And we basically like just learn American geography, like not just United States. When I say America, I mean the whole continent. Yeah. Mostly we just learn that. And when they talk to us about like Eastern European countries or like South Africa or like African countries, we are like, no idea.
You no idea.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people like that. I mean, the most common thing I get is people refer to Africa as a country. That's the thing. That I get that so much because
okay, we're not that stupid. Like, just to put it there, like, I'm in the level. We're in the level of stupid where like my aunt will call me for 4 years in a row asking me how is London, because she will assume that London is the country, right? And that's for them. That's basically because these people, they grew up like, you know, like in farms. Like I grew up in a farm.
Really?
Yeah. And you know, like all they see is like the movies.
Yeah.
And Americans movies. So it's not really helpful.
Yeah, no, it's
so
not.
That's our kind of like our basic of like anything that happens on that side of the world. And that's like this side of the world.
Yeah, no one knows. Yeah, you know, I never really thought about it that way. I guess because American culture is going to have a huge influence on South American. But it's the same even in Africa, because American culture has a huge influence in Africa. Like, all our TV is American, all our cartoons are American,
so
our
Disney
films are
Channel,
American. Disney Channel, Nickelodeon.
God, yes, man. So that's the problem. Like, British people, they grew up like with another culture.
Yeah.
Like, completely different.
Yeah.
If I go to America, United States, I will go and be like, you know, people, we could have like a conversation and we'll have an idea of like shows, TV shows and stuff. But when I came here, it was like blank.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I will try to make a conversation with someone. It will be like
blank.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, no, it's true. I think it's because I found that too. There are some people who have like Sky, which is what we call it, where it's like different channels, the kids shows, all that stuff. But I think most people here, like the culture of having like cable, which is the equivalent in America, isn't really that much of a thing because of the BBC. So people just have TV basically for free. So they don't really think about getting like Nickelodeon or any of those kinds of things.
Exactly.
So they probably never really grew up with it. But like, have you found like British films, TV, like have you gotten into them?
Oh no, yeah, that was like my first job since I like started like, okay, my friends, like my second year when I make friends here, when I started speaking English, they were like, okay, what you need to do now you speak a little English. Now you need to like learn like our culture. So they will put me to watch like Peep Show or like no IT Crowd, all this stuff, and they will be like, okay, now this is what you're doing. Like now you need to watch what we watch.
Yeah,
and, like Love Island. I had to. I had to.
What do you think?
Oh nah. Nah. I can actually say that it was just for research only.
It was for research.
Yeah, like
it's for research, Mom. It's just
it was just research. But the thing is, right, when I used to go to my friend's house, and more during COVID, they will watch all these like past shows, and they will watch this like Love Island. I will have to, you know, like.
You just have to watch it.
Yeah.
There was a point when I enjoyed it, but it's just
really
gone. Yeah, there was a point. It was like so the history of Love Island. Right. What you have to understand.
I love this.
What you have to understand.
Right.
So Love Island, the first season was all right, nothing special. Right. I started watching it, and it got big at the third season.
All right.
I started watching it at the fourth, because my friends at uni used to watch it in our house.
No.
But then the second season and the first season are fucking wild. Like crazy. But the seasons after that have gotten commercialized and like very safe. Like they're not even allowed to smoke in the villa anymore. But back in the day, they were having like people shagging in wardrobes and like people like punching each other, getting into fights. Like people got kicked off because they're getting violent. It was crazy. But now it's just like, it's boring. There's nothing interesting that happens anymore.
Okay, I like that one.
Exactly, violence and sex.
You want to hear something very funny. Sorry, you were talking about Zimbabwe, and I feel so bad. You were saying that you're from Zimbabwe, and we just like jump. And my brain just like. Fuck.
I love that. You're too polite for a podcast.
Man, I'm sorry.
No, there are so many tangents in this, especially when I listen back to it. I'm just like, oh my god, what did we even talk about for an hour?
That's oh my god, actually that's so true.
Have you done a podcast before?
No, I did. I tried to do it myself, obviously.
Of course, being a stand-up comedian in your 20s, you're in 20s.
Me, yeah.
How old are you?
24. Why are you looking at me like? I felt in immigration. I was like, show me. Is it like on your passport the same? Like,
Alejandro, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
24. How
24.
old are you? You're 24 as well? No,
25.
25.
25. I just turned. 25.
Just now.
Yeah. And
I was researching you, Ricky.
Oh.
I know. 1999.
98.
98.
Yeah, December 3rd. So I'm just.
Because I was watching the podcast and stuff, and I was like, well, he just said that he's 23.
You just worked it out.
Yeah, I was like, so it means that
by 2 plus 23 is
okay, 1998, but December.
Yeah, December. Yeah, so I'm basically 99, but I'm gonna claim
you
that
you were on the line.
Yeah, but I wasn't born in 2000.
You need to claim that, because 1999 I think is the worst word, because people say, oh, that doesn't even count.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't even count.
I was born in the 20th century.
Yeah,
that doesn't even count at all.
No. Listen, the thing is, I was born in October as well.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, I had like 99 for 3 months and that's it.
Yep, that's all that matters. But isn't it weird, like, because when you see people who are like 2003, they're 21.
Yes.
That literally just sounds so crazy. But they're adults. I mean, they're basically our age.
The weirdest one was like, I work in a bar. Like my day job is I work as a bartender, obviously, and as an immigrant.
What?
Work in a restaurant. Wow, what a surprise, man.
There are more stereotypical places you can work.
Yeah, like,
in a bar.
And then, like, I have to check IDs.
Yeah.
And the other day, this girl, and I was like, this girl is like, what, 16? Like, she's not buying alcohol. And then I saw the ID, and I saw, what was it, like 2008 or something like that, and it was like, well, she's obviously not. And she was like, what do you mean? And like, old now. Like,
yeah, no, it is mental. Yeah, because they're just babies. But yeah, I mean they're not even that much further away from us. But there's something about the 2000. But saying we're born in the 1990s makes us sound so old.
Yeah, no, that we sound old.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I feel old now already. Like, are you a TikTok person?
Just to post my videos. Just to post my videos. I tried not to get in it.
Really?
I have like fallen it. I think I'm not addicted to anything. Like I don't really smoke. I don't really like. I drink with my friends and stuff. But something that I can fall for is the phone.
Easy.
Like I need to have my phone like 24/7.
Easy. Yeah.
And it's crazy because I can be in Instagram for like 10 hours straight.
Easy.
And people don't believe that, but it's because I feel my brain, the way I see it, is like you're actually working. I'm not really.
No, you're not.
I'm not really. I'm like just watching videos and stuff like other comedians, and I'm like, it's not really working.
No, it's not.
You're just wasting.
It's such a dangerous game because, like, especially with stand-up, you have to do social media at least a little bit.
Yes.
Especially like even this podcast, like there are clips on TikTok, there are clips on Instagram, and I'm just like, I hate using the app so much because with TikTok is kind of the best and worst social media because it's the best because it's the least toxic, like in terms of like Twitter. Basically, people.
But man, now you're talking about Twitter. Twitter is like no man's land.
Yeah,
it's no man's land. Like Twitter is crazy.
I've never gotten into Twitter.
I'm scared of Twitter. I have to have a Twitter.
Of X, sorry.
Sorry,
You're
X.
scared of X. What's X in Spanish?
X. 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 It sounds like Puss in Boots. I don't know why.
I don't know why it sounds so much less like cool. X. But X doesn't sound cool either, too bad. So yeah, you were saying.
Sounds like again, I keep like, it sounds like a porn page, like X. Like if I say X, like if my mom saw like my computer when I was a kid, X. It will have straight away be like, this kid is wanking.
This kid is wanking. I love the idea of your mom walking into your room being like, this kid is wanking.
Yeah, like
somehow this 13-year-old boy is wanking.
Listen, I grew up with a single mom.
Really?
It can be wild.
Same sort of, yeah. My parents are divorced.
Yeah. So you know the deal.
Yeah.
We finish as comedians.
Yeah, exactly. I just can't believe, like, because I remember back in the day we used to share a laptop, and I used to use.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Exactly, and I was like, what was I thinking? Like, obviously, I got caught. Like, what was I thinking?
I remember when my brother started doing it because it was my mom putting us both in a room, and we are like 1 year separate. My brother is 1998.
Yeah.
And she will put both of us in a room and be like, okay, guys. So someone went on the computer and search for X, like X. I was going to say X space.
X.
Yeah, but she didn't say exactly because obviously she have me and like younger, so she doesn't want me to know what it is if I don't know. So she was like, going through it, like, so did any of you went through like a weird page in internet? And my other brother was like, no.
Of course not. Me? Never.
But now I wonder why. Like, because my mom was so scared of the gender. Well, and I haven't asked. Like, was it like midgets or something? What was my brother into when he got into? Like, that's my question now. Like, what was he like?
What was he like back in the day?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably all the same, realistically.
Anything.
Yeah, it's all the same, man. Nah, it's actually mental. It's mental because, like, thinking back on it, like, I think in the future, porn is going to be so different to how it was back in the day.
Well, I mean, look at the fucking the Visions, the
Vision Pro, the Vision
my
Pro.
God,
Yeah,
man,
it's so scary, isn't it? But it just makes you go, like, it's over. The game's over.
Yeah, like, doesn't make you think Black Mirror.
Nothing
Straight
matters
away.
anymore.
Yeah,
Nothing
like,
matters. Like, have you seen the Sora AI?
Sora,
Have you seen it?
what's that one?
Oh, good. This will be a good clip. So this is Sora.
Ooh.
So Sora is basically, the guy who made ChatGPT.
Yes.
And the guy who made, DALL-E? Do you know DALL-E? So DALL-E is basically, it's an AI that you can type in commands like in ChatGPT and ask it to create photos. So you can be like, can you,
Right.
create a podcast logo about a podcast, blah, 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 and it'll do it for you. So Sora is basically that, but for videos.
It can make videos.
It can make videos.
Alright.
So it can make like photorealistic videos.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it can be like, make a video about this person doing blah 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 blah, and it'll just make it. And it's still in beta testing, but like if you see some of the videos, it actually will be crazy. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, actually. So it was the animals.
Yes, the animals.
Oh my God. Yes, the golden retrievers.
Yes,
and stuff.
that's
And
one
I
in
was
the
like,
snow. Yeah.
Yes,
That's one. Yeah, it's actually crazy, isn't it? Tom, can you get us some Sora AI videos? You can find them on YouTube on your phone. Thank you. No, but it's crazy. It's honestly.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared because one day they're gonna put like make a video of Alejandro saying that he supports the government in Venezuela.
I love the idea of you being like famous enough that all they need is Alejandro. Like you're the only one in the world. Yeah.
No, that's it. You know what's the worst part? When, all right, and this is funny as fuck actually.
Yeah.
When British people hear Alejandro, the first thing they think, if they know, is Alejandro from Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Alejandro.
Right?
Jab them. Yeah, continue, sorry.
Oh, yeah. And for like in Venezuela or in Latin America, or the first thing when you hear Alejandro Fernàndez is the Mexican singer.
Yeah.
Because he's this famous Mexican singer that I will never in my life like
meet up
it will be my challenge
to be as big as Alejandro Fernàndez.
Yes, like if one day you Google Alejandro Fernàndez and I appear first, that will be the day that I'll quit everything.
I'm done.
I will clean my hands and be like, it's like Pitbull.
Yes.
Like people, he said that no, because people, he said that go to Google and Google Pitbull.
Yeah.
The first thing that appears is me, not the dog.
That is a fucking flex.
And that's what I want in my life. Like I just want one day to be like Google Alejandro Fernàndez. And it's not gonna be him.
So this is I mean, that one's not a great representation. I'm not gonna. Okay, that's one. That's a great one. That's a great one.
The first one looked like from a Looney Tunes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, that's real.
That can't be real. Is that's
crazy? That's actually real.
This is what I mean. The game's over.
No.
Oh my gosh. Are there any of like people? Can you see if there's any of like people? Thank you so much.
Why are you going with these people? Why people?
Because people. That's when you know the game's. Who cares about nature documentaries?
No. The porn industry.
Game over.
They know it. I think we still have some possibility there in the wild. Not for long, obviously.
Oh my God, that is mental. That looks a bit video gamey, but it's basically there.
No, but I think it's because your brain knows that my move doesn't exist.
This one's my favorite one. This one's the one where they just typed in.
No.
This is a trailer where they were like, make a trailer, blah blah blah, of that ridiculous plot. I'll put it on the screen. Look, it's crazy. It's crazy. The game's over. Thank you very much, Tom. The game's over. It's literally like, what's the point? Like, because we're here now.
But you can say, oh, make a video of freaking Alejandro speaking stupid shit
And that's
for
it.
an hour.
And that's it. And that's the podcast.
By the way, I just want the camera and everyone to know how stupid I am. I have tried, like, without anyone knowing, to put this down for the last, I don't know how long we've been here. But I mean, like, you know, like, slowly, like, touching it. And I just want to explain because it's going to think something weird.
Yeah, so you twist it. It's set from my level. So you twist it and then, like...
Oh, but because this move... But I'm scared that I'm breaking something.
Yeah, so you just twist it and you play with it, basically. That's literally all I've ever done.
Yeah, that's what I said to her. But
yeah, this is some great content. There you go.
Nah, you know what? Just leave it.
Let's leave it. We'll figure it out. Hi, internet. This is our producer.
Oh, I just have to push it down.
Oh, there you go. So you just push it down.
Oh,
nice. There we go.
Thank you so much. No,
Tom.
now I feel so much. Tom, our producer. Well, I mean,
actually,
there you go. My new best friend with my new best friend here, helping me put a mic.
I'm actually gonna charge my phone. So I mean, I should probably ask you, comedy. How did you get into comedy?
All right. Yeah, that's a good question. Basically, I think we all. It's kind of like a lost piece on the puzzle, you know, like when you want to be a comedian, kind of, or you want to go into this business. It's something like, you know, you like, or even like these people, like this comedian, they start their career like a 4th year or like at 50. It's something they know they wanted to do their whole life. But I just had the luckiness, I knew I wanted to do it early. And I just go, basically, I'm not even kidding. My whole life, I always used to like make these shows for my mom when I was like a kid.
Really?
I would just like mock these like famous shows in Venezuela for her and stuff. Like just as a kid.
That's so cute.
Yeah, like I love how like that's so cute.
That's so cute. It's adorable.
And like it just always was that, you know, like that was always in the back of my mind. The first time I did something like on this, it was theater. And it was back in my school. I'm obviously in Venezuela. We don't do drama or nothing like that. Or you sing, or you can play an instrument, so you can be on a band, and that's it. We don't really study drama or anything. And the only thing I could apply to be part of it was how you call it, like the death of Jesus Christ. In my school. I'm not even kidding. Like the only thing I could play back in my school was, do you want to be Jesus Christ while he's gonna get crucified? Like that was, you know, it's like, I don't know, like how much, you know, Catholicism.
I was a Christian growing up. I'm very well versed.
So, you know, it's the 12th, you know, stage of it. Basically, every year can be a stage.
Yeah.
You know, like my last year in school, I was like, okay, you know, like I'm not like shy anymore. I want to do it. And they were like, okay, Alejandro. But you need to know this. I was really like more weighted before, right? I don't know how to, like, I was, like, the thing is, like when you go to other countries as an immigrant, you lose weight. Let's say
Why?
Because it's no money. When you live with your mom and she's cooking for you every day, man, it's amazing. But when you live alone with your cousins, they're not gonna cook for you.
No one's cooking for you.
So your diet is just based in Oreos or whatever meal deals.
Yeah.
And basically, I was fat, and you know, like I respect that. I like it. And I was so like confident back then that I was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. But then the nun, because a nun is the one that control this, by the way.
Oh, were nuns like controlling your school?
Yes.
Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So the nuns were like, okay, Alejandro, you are gonna be the stage where he's in the cross.
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be his stage. And I was like, well, that's the only one that doesn't have lines because he's dead. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be you.
Damn, nuns be vicious.
And what they did basically is like, I'm almost fully naked in a school full of kids.
Fine. How old were you?
I was 15.
Fine.
And I was like this. I was like all my crushes over there looking at my tits. out, full of blood everywhere. And I'm just like, and now I want to be dead. And like, now I want to be Jesus Christ.
Wait, how did they hang you from the cross?
Oh no, they tie me up
What?
to a fucking cross. I'm not kidding. I think my mom have a picture of this because it's the most.
They tied you up to a cross.
Yeah.
What? Okay, fine. That's commitment. You probably wouldn't be allowed to do that.
They were committed to it.
If
like,
Jesus did it, so are you.
I mean, this will be the funniest thing now. My actual name, right? Sorry, what? How you pronounce your last name?
Mesindo.
Okay, yeah. That's how I saw it. But I was like, I don't know if that's too Spanish.
Yeah, no,
Mesindo. Because I can read it like that.
Yeah.
That's straight away. So, my name is Jesus Alejandro Fernàndez.
Damn, no, it is a fucking name and a half.
Okay, good. But I came here as Jesus.
Okay.
That's my first name.
Yeah.
People will call me Jesus.
Yes.
So I cancel that.
Hey, Jesus.
Yeah, and they will come into the stereo and be like, Jesus, our savior.
Jesus.
And I will be like, no.
Yeah.
So then I started calling my name, my second name, like Alejandro. And that's how, so basically, it was Jesus in the cross and my name is Jesus. So that just makes perfect.
Yeah, that is a weird thing about English and Spanish. Like, for some reason, it's not right to call someone Jesus, but Jesus is fine. I don't know why. It is literally the same thing.
Yeah, it is. But I don't know. I was like, okay, I was just like, fine, I'll just go with Alejandro.
Yeah.
And girls like it. So I was like, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, it works. Okay, so fine. So you basically, the first time, you basically wanted to do stand-up your whole life. Yeah. Some form of comedy your whole life.
No. Yeah. That's the part where the actual first time I did a stand-up comedy was after COVID. I have never had like anything written down or anything, but always, you know how our brain works, I think. It's like we always have ideas.
Yeah.
Stories that we tell our friends that are funny and we know they're funny. Yeah. And we will tell like this new group of people when we're like introducing ourselves. Yeah. And I remember I was in a pub just after COVID with my friend. It was an open mic night. Yeah. It was like out of nowhere. We didn't know. We were just there having a pint. And my friend was like, sign up.
Nice.
Like, go sign up. And I was like, okay. And it's an actual video of this.
Yeah, really?
That I will never show to the world.
How did you do?
Yeah, man.
I mean, you had everything working against you.
Yeah, obviously. The thing is, I just push everything into like stereotypes. I remember my first like 50, no, not even like 25 shows. Before I started like properly writing, I was like just pushing the stereotypes like all the way. Like, and the gardener of like Top Gear when they went to Colombia or something like that. I will be like pushing it. And it was just that.
Yeah.
But I think it's what it makes you what you are now. You know, like.
How do you feel about that? That's what you started with. Like, are you proud of it?
All right, that's a very good question because people ask me, do you feel good about making jokes about Venezuela? And the way I see it is that if I don't represent my country, who is going to do it? It's kind of like taking back something. Like when people will tell me, oh, Alejandro, don't you feel bad when someone says like, oh, I don't speak Taco Bell to you? Yeah, no, that happens, man. Like, oh, someone will say like, oh, sí. Like, I had a manager once that refused to call me Alejandro because he said that was too long and he will call me Alexander.
That doesn't even make sense. It's the same length.
Yeah. And he said, like, he said, I won't call you that because it's too long.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And I think that's what I do. I just make these jokes go the farthest to tickle people's mind and be like, you can feel that way, but you cannot say it. It's kind of like, I want you to know that the power is mine.
Yeah.
You know, like I am the one that can say, like the only people that could judge me will be Venezuelan people that are still there.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yeah.
They just love the idea of someone representing the country out there. And that's what I take as a flag, like in my back. Like.
I see. That's really interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's the same as, it's because I feel like stand-up has gone through like a transition now where it used to be anyone could say anything, really. And it's for better and for worse, it's changed now to you can basically say anything about your group. For better and for worse.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, some people look at it and go like, oh, now only to be a top comedian, you have to be a woman and lesbian or whatever and have all these things. But the thing that I think is good about it is it means you have so many different people and you can still make the same types of jokes. Like I have friends who are like in wheelchairs that still make disability jokes that people would make in like the 1950s. And I have friends who are Chinese who make jokes about Chinese people that people would make in the 1950s. The only difference now is that the people who are making the jokes are the people who are in the group.
I feel like that's all about like representation. Like kind of like, it's not saying that we are tired of it, but it's kind of like whenever I saw a movie and they will be like, they will use like the Mexicans as the drug dealers, or you know, like the South Americans as like the bad people in Americans movies stuff. I'll be like, the only thing I like about that is that we have jobs in Hollywood. Like, you know, like it's not like they take a white guy and they make him sound Mexican or something like that. You know, like they actually, and that's, I think like even if it's a stereotype, you know, like he's actually doing, you know, like
the background to all of our listeners. I met Alejandro at a gig in London, and it was a very fun night. It was a great night. Actually.
It was a great night. We both beat the blackout.
Yeah,
so
we did. Come on. I'll take that. All right. And yeah, so it was the blackout in London up the creek, and we were doing it, and Alessandro went up. He absolutely stormed it, of course. And
it's the accent.
It's the accent.
And the lost voice. You heard me. I was like gone.
Oh, my
voice was...
I thought that was your voice normally, but no. I mean, that was the first time I met you.
Well, yeah, guys, take it.
Yeah. And not only did you have a woman stand up and like be grateful that you were single.
Oh my God, yes, that was. I need to post that tomorrow. Actually,
did you?
I'm gonna post it.
Did you get a video from them?
Yes, I bought it.
How much was it?
$7.99.
Fine, not bad. Yeah. Did you speak to her?
Oh yeah, I have her Instagram. I'm crazy in love with her, man. Like, oh my God, she's amazing.
That is great.
Oh my God, she's beautiful.
Is she? May,
Can we cancel this? Can we cut this part? I don't want her to see this. She's gonna be flexing this to her friends.
Fine.
She's gonna be like, wow, this Venezuelan guy.
He loves it.
Oh my God, man.
No, fine. Yeah, no, God. I'll cut it out. But
do you know what she told me?
What?
Oh my God. We were talking that night, and I told her, you know, like we were talking a little bit, and I just said like, I don't know. Oh yeah, this guy came up. The other Trevor. Yeah. Trevor was his name, I think. He came up and he was like, "Oh my God, so you like black girls?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, man, in Venezuela we don't like you just see every fucking color. It's not like here there is like. I think you guys have that here. There is like groups. In Venezuela, it's more classism, and I think that's worse.
Interesting.
I don't know why I think that's worse.
Interesting. Wait, so in Venezuela. So obviously, because there are like blacks, Latin Americans, like that is a thing.
Yes, but for example, my family is 50% black.
Really?
So how you explain that? Like you cannot hate your cousin. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Or your uncle. Like we hate people with like money or like, you know, like that's kind of like how it goes. It's more about that.
Yeah. No. In the UK, I would say the UK is a weird one because the UK has more racism than other Western countries.
Oh yeah.
But
tell me about it.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But the classism is more than anywhere else I've ever seen in the world. But the classism is under the surface. And it's actually only something you're attuned to once you've been here for a long time. And I only say that as someone who came here when I was 8 years old and only really has figured it out recently. Like, because it's like are you like, because obviously you've just learned English, but can you hear different English accents now?
Just now.
Yeah.
Like very, very recently. Like just a year, kind of like from a year ago to now, I can understand Americans.
Really?
Like it's now like when I hear them, it's like
that's American.
Yeah, like 100%, and that's one of like the biggest one. And just now I started like Scotland, like Welsh. Like now it's going to that point, but it was difficult. Like someone, I could be talking to an American for like an hour, and I will be like, after an hour, be like, also, what part of the UK are you from? And all my friends will look at me like, bro, this guy is like from Los Angeles or something like that. Like, you cannot be more American than that. Like, I remember I was talking to a girl from Texas.
Yeah.
And my friends were like, well, this is weird, this is ironic.
Yeah.
Like, because they're obviously massive, like.
Oh, yeah.
Venezuelan
storm the
border. And I was like, why is it ironic? And they were like, well, she's from Texas. I was like, really?
Oh, really? I couldn't tell. I thought she was from Hertfordshire.
From Sussex.
Yeah, so like, I think, so eventually, I think, like, what would probably happen is in the future, you'll be able to tell the difference between like North and South English. That difference is one of the biggest things in English culture for no reason. Like, if a Northern English person comes to the South, there are so many connotations with their accent, like immediately, and it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
I do know that they don't hate each other, but it's like they always have like these jokes about like when you're from the North, when you're from the South.
Yeah.
And this is a very honest thing about myself, but I love like the North
of England.
Yeah. I know that's where the most racist people are. I know because I've been there. But I love it. Yeah. I don't know why.
Where have you been?
I've been to Manchester, I've been to Liverpool, I've been to Newcastle, I've been to, and it's obviously like the big cities, but I've been like out of as well. I just don't remember the towns.
No one ever does.
No
one ever does.
I remember I've been to Scotland. Oh my God, Glasgow, Edinburgh, and all the small towns around. They're just like amazing. But then obviously they are a bit like, they don't like really people from
do you find people react to like, so like because obviously when you first present, you probably just look like a white person, like first.
But this is one of my jokes. This is one of my, till I open my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you find once you start speaking, people react differently?
100%.
Really?
I had this one. I was in the bar. It was my second year, and this person was asking me for something that I had no idea. Like, first time in my life I heard this. And I was like, and I don't remember why. I didn't even say anything. I was like, oh, sorry. And I went back, and then I called my manager, and my manager, he told my manager like, oh, don't you have anyone speaking English in this bar? Oh. And the guy, before I speak to him, he was so nice to me. He was being so nice to me. But then when I obviously showed that I didn't speak English, it was like,
God, man, God. It almost like, why would you even put up with it? Like, why didn't you go to Spain or one of those things? Like, what was the impulse to learn another language?
That's a good, because I had the opportunity to go to Spain or stay back in my country.
Or even like somewhere else in Latin America or something,
But I just saw it as a challenge kind of thing. Like, once I came here, was like, when you're an immigrant from so far away and your country is like so fucked. I don't know if you have like the same, because Zimbabwe is not that. Is it that bad? Like, can you be there and have a normal life, or it's like?
So I think, from my understanding of the difference between Venezuela and Zimbabwe, I'd probably say Zimbabwe is probably more stable, more unequal in the halves. But I would say probably like there is probably more suffering in Venezuela by the sounds of it. We also had the inflation problem, actually. That was actually one of the first things I was like, I want to get this kind of podcast, because I was like, inflation. Like, when I was a kid, my dad used to give me $100,000 notes to buy food at lunch. That was like $5 basically to us.
Sorry that I interrupt you. Just because I know you wanted to talk about inflation. I know for you guys this is so funny here.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of how stupid our government is.
Yeah.
Every time our coin past the million to buy basic needs, they will take zeros out.
We did that.
No, but it have happened like a lot of times.
We did it twice. I remember.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about twice, man. Just on my 17 years living in Venezuela, I saw coin change 7 times. 7 times. And I'm saying, like, I came to this country and it's just changing because the queen died. But
yeah.
that's not how it works in Venezuela. In Venezuela, they change it like it was paper. Like like they didn't care. Like
exactly.
Oh, we passed the zero, guys.
Yeah, we passed that.
Bring the other one.
Take off a zero. No, that is, and also in Zimbabwe, because they're South Africa, that's also a big thing that props up the country because you can basically get anything from South Africa and it's like a 2-hour drive or whatever. But yeah, like I think I definitely empathize with the feeling of coming from a country that's so like messed up and then coming to like the UK.
Yeah, it's kind of like you want to prove yourself. And for me, it was like, if I go back, it will be like quitting. Not even like something, it will be quitting like my ideals, like that I can do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I did it.
Yeah, I mean, now you have English and Spanish. You have like the majority of the world.
Well, now crazy. I told you my first time doing a stand-up comedy was in English, right? My first ever time doing a stand-up in Spanish was like just recently on the Angels comedy.
Yeah.
And I felt so scared.
Really?
Like
Why?
because I feel like I could do 5 minutes right now.
Yeah.
In English.
Yeah.
And I will, like with strange people, and I will make them laugh. But if you tell me right now on top of your head, do it in Spanish, I will be like, fuck.
I mean, it's different, isn't it? It's different.
I think it's the culture.
Yeah.
It's like the reference. Like for me, I already know all the reference here.
Yeah.
Like I know how to make people, if I want to say, oh, I got stabbed, I say Croydon.
Yeah.
But like that's just on top of my head. But then if I I want to make a reference like Spain. Yeah. It's like, no idea.
Yeah. How did it go?
It went great. It went great actually, because I just translate my jokes. And then because I cannot practice them, I use my cousins. I called them. I was like, oh, what do you think about saying this?
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the first time ever that I did stand-up in Spanish. And it was really great. It was 8 minutes.
Yeah,
And I was more scared of what happened because it was good.
Yeah.
And at the end, I know how to reply faster in Spanish. So that helped. Every time someone came up with something, I was like, I will have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, you've basically been doing stand-up with a handicap for the last year and a half. And now the like shackles are released. Yeah. So like you're going to crack, especially like I think the direction it's going in and now is more like languages in stand-up. So like there's loads of people who do it in Arabic now, Spanish.
Yes, but
Spanish
I love that. I love that. Like every time I hear English people saying like, oh, I just learned 5 minutes in Spanish. I don't know, and they are like, I don't know Spanish. I just learn 5 minutes by heart.
Yeah.
I'll repeat it and I'll try to make it funny.
Yeah.
And I will like, oh, that's amazing. Like do it. Why not?
Yeah.
Like right now, I feel like this is a bit like promoting myself, but
Please,
I know
that's what this is for.
No, but it's like right now I found a way. Don't ask me how. I'm basically opening a show for one of the, not the biggest Mexican comedian in Spanish in London this Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, it's scaring the shit out of myself because I cannot try the joke anywhere else.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like...
And it's in Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's like, this guy have like 11 million followers in Instagram.
Wow.
Yes. And it's a theater of 1,500 people.
Wow.
And I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm going to stand there and be like, sorry, guys.
Sorry. How long are you doing?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Fine.
Yeah. I said to everyone, like, listen, guys, like, I'm just going to basically MC.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be talking to it and make them happy before the guy comes out. Because it's like it's no other way. I can make like 5 minutes, 5 amazing minutes in Spanish.
Yeah.
But the other 5 are out of hand.
Like, you can pad. You can always pad.
Yeah, like I don't know. I was like, probably if I start thinking like some Alejandro Fernàndez song.
Yeah.
3 minutes it work. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, good. It seems like you're doing well then.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Kind of. I don't know. I feel like this is when I say this is luck.
Yeah.
Like for me doing, for example, this will be like for me opening for Rick Gervais.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, in my level, in comedy, it's not happening. But this is happening just because I do English stand-up and they know me by English stand-up and they know I can do it, but they know I can speak Spanish as well. So that's when the handicap comes like as a power. Like as
yeah. I mean, it's always a power.
Yeah.
It's always a power. It's always the more now the more unique you are, the better you do.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like the more the more you have something that no one else has, the better. Because it's like it's something to capitalize on. It's a niche.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
I feel like this went too deep now.
Why? Why?
I started hearing your voice and like, wow, he speaks so beautifully. I don't know why that sounded like Sofía Vergara.
Yeah.
He speaks so beautifully.
So obsessed with Sophia Vergara.
I love her, bro.
She's the best.
Oh my God. She can be my mom.
How long have we done, Tom? Just now. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, last question. All right. I like to ask, how do you write?
How do I write? Everywhere, anytime, all the time. Like,
what do you do?
I have two notebooks.
Mm-hmm. Pen and paper, like actual, yeah.
2 notebooks. My phone. Mm-hmm. My notes app is like schizophrenia. Like no one should go there, or I'm going a side war. Yeah, like straight away. It's a stuff there they shouldn't see the light.
I mean, that's the same as me. The worst is I have lost 4 notebooks. Ooh. And I am just like somewhere out there is the ravings of a madman. And that's why I don't name any of my notebooks.
Really?
Yeah. Because it means
I'm scared.
Yeah, if I lose my notebook, and it says Ricky Msindo, people will be like, oh, this guy.
I'm scared now. I do.
But you
on dates and everything. Every time I dated, every time I write something that is like long enough. Not when it's just like an idea. When it's like long enough.
Yeah.
Date on it.
Really?
Like that was Alejandro that day thinking that.
The thing is that is so good though. Like I'm so bad at writing like regularly. Really? Yeah. Because like for me, it's like what I've basically started doing is I've started finding ideas and then writing on stage. But like everyone says you should write. Like write
on a stage.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. So it's like, but it'll be like at a new material night. So it'll be like, I have this idea that I think is funny. Yeah. And then I'll write a bit of an outline of like, this is what the joke
the premise.
Yeah, this is the premise. This is the punchline.
Yeah.
And then I'll go up.
create all the story in the middle.
No. So it'll be like, it'll be like, this is the story that happened.
Yeah.
This is the punchline.
Yeah.
See if you can get to there and make it funny. And then I'll go on stage, but it'll be like a very low stakes night. So I wouldn't do that at a club. Yeah. So it'll be a very low stakes night where it's like my friend runs it and it's an actual good crowd that'll give me feedback. Yeah. And I just go up there and sometimes I'll take my phone up and sometimes I'll like have the idea there and then I'll go up and I'll say it and I'll say it like in the least emphatic way possible, like entertaining way, so that if anyone laughs, then I know that when I'm actually performing it, it'll be better. Yeah. But the writing is everyone's.
I think that's my favorite part, the writing. Like,
really?
I write too many ideas. That's the problem. I write too many ideas, then I forget about them.
Yeah.
And I keep writing ideas. You know what I mean? Like, I will one day have like this crazy idea and it will come to my mind. I will write like 2 pages of it.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, right, for me is I do a storytelling.
Yeah.
I am very bad for one-liners. And I know it. Everyone says that to me. But the thing is, for me, I want people to be intrigued.
Yeah.
Like, I want people when they are, like, listening.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't like the clapping and the constant laughing. I like them hearing to the story.
Yeah.
I want that, like, then living with something.
Yeah. It's not just club, laugh.
I want them to, like, wow, so this is a story. And then they laugh. Because it was a funny story.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I write, like, a long story. And obviously, I have to make it like a 2-minute joke.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, it's that. Like, my notebooks are like
crazy.
Full of crazy stuff.
Crazy. Okay, fine. I know I said that was the last question, but now you're the first person I'm starting this tradition with.
All right.
And the tradition is I'm going to ask each guest a profound question, and I want to get their answer.
All right.
Comedian or not, okay?
All right.
Here's the question. What advice would you give your earlier, younger self?
Don't come to England. Sorry, okay. You're gonna eat beans and toast every day.
That's all you can afford.
No. Wow, that's good. That's good. I think. Wow, this sounds so cliche, but have you seen the movie About Time?
No, I haven't.
All right. In this movie, this guy has this power and he can go back in time anytime he wants, right? And what I like about this movie is it got to a moment where the guy started thinking that he was back in time already. And that he was living again the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was like, let's make it better.
Yeah.
I think live every day, but like, if it was your last day, but if like you have to enjoy the fullest, like if you just want to make it a day, not just another day.
Yeah.
But a day, like, I don't know. I think it's nice, like to, because I have a problem that sometimes I zone out a lot because I'm having ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm not living in the moment.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, and that happens to me a lot. I zoned out a lot because like I can be in this studio, but then I'm thinking like, wow, it will be fun to make a joke about like a non-English speaker going to, and I like having this idea in the back of my mind, but then I'm having this moment, and because it's two things happening at the same time, it's like I will forget one of them, and it's like jumping in time kind of thing.
I see.
And it's like, but I will say to myself, just stop doing that and just live the moment. Like enjoy that moment and just nourish it. Like you can write about it later, you can think about it later, but just enjoy it at the moment. Basically, don't be anxious.
That is a fantastic way to end it. Alejandro Fernàndez.
Thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.